Hi everyone, Aiden here with etrailer.com, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Kuat Transfer 2-bike platform rack here on our 2021 Toyota 4Runner. Now the Transfer is a really nice bike rack that has a lot of really cool features, but one of the big ones off the gate is the no frame contact. We're holding the bike back here by the back tire and with this front wheel hook. So we're going to have no frame contact, making it good for carbon frame bikes, good for your alternative frame bikes because we're not relying on that down tube for the contact. One thing you will want to note is that it has a 40-pound capacity per bike. So if you're looking to haul something heavier, maybe like an e-bike, you might want to look into upgrading to something like the Envy with a 60-pound capacity. Overall though, it's a really nice rack. And like other platform racks, it does tilt away with the bikes loaded. And the way it does that is with this foot pedal out here. You can just get your foot in there. It's a little awkward, but you can set it down pretty easy. The one bad thing about this is on your 4Runner, it won't clear. So you can see here it would hit the handlebars of the bike, and by a pretty large margin. There's not really much wiggle room there. So unfortunately with the Transfer, you're not getting that function on your 4Runner. The Envy does clear. It's a lot closer, but if you are looking for something that you can utilize that, the Envy's going to be the way to go with that. Aside from that though, we can get the bike unloaded here. We can first do the back wheel strap by pushing in that lever and undoing the ratcheting strap. And then we can actually open this up first, because one of the unique things about the Transfer is the fact that I can walk right up to the bike to unload it. So I can undo that front wheel hook too, grab the bike really close to my body. I don't have to like lean over like that. So if you do have a bike that's maybe pushing that 40-pound weight capacity, it's going to be a lot more comfortable for you to unload. And there are other versions of the Transfer that can hold more than 2 bikes. So especially if you have like a 3-bike version or more, it's like that's a lot to reach over. So being able to walk up to that inner bike is really nice and convenient. Now I like to go ahead and actually fold these arms in there and tuck them by the back wheel cradle, which does pivot to accommodate different wheelbases. Just keeps everything nice and tidy and neat and in place. Now with it like this, let's go ahead and get some measurements. We can check out the ground clearance. There is a pretty good rise in the shank. And with your 4Runner high up off the ground, you're going to get 25 inches of ground clearance, which is really good. You're not going to have to worry about any sort of clearance issues on any steep driveways or hills. As far as how far this sticks out, you are going to be adding 38 inches of length from the bumper to the back of the rack. So if you've got it loaded up with bikes, be wary of any tight parking spots or things like that. But we can go back to that same foot pedal and fold it upright when it's not in use. So with that, we can check it out and see that we're cutting down our length to 17 inches added, which is a lot more manageable. The other nice thing about the U-shaped design here is that for your backup camera, it's going to be a lot easier to see with this on. So you're not going to be sacrificing that visibility from the camera as much as you would with a standard bike rack that has all the parts here in the middle. Now down at the bottom of the rack, we can check out the anti-rattle device. It's built into the rack. It's not toolless. There's a special hex tool key that's right there. So you will need that to actually loosen this and remove it, but it holds things really tight. And you can see a standard pin and clip right there. Because this is a special tool for the anti-rattle, as long as someone doesn't have that, they won't be able to take the rack out, but you can get a locking hitch pin if you want. This version of the Transfer work with an 1 1/4 or a 2-inch hitch, so you have both of those options with this one. And overall, the Transfer is a really nice rack. I personally wish you could use that tilt-away feature on the 4Runner, so because of that, I'd maybe go with something like the Envy that can. Otherwise though, I think it's a really solid rack. Thanks for watching.